Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
Robert Saleh just spoke to the local media and revealed that Hasson Reddick has not made it to a single OTA. Should there be concern for a holdout? We'll talk about that and the other key takeaways from Saleh's presser. It's the Jake Asman Show. Let's hit it and get it started.
Man, our Jets are primed for a historic season. We bleed Jets green each and every day. This is not the same old Jets. We have Aaron freaking Rodgers. We have Garrett Wilson. Let's go. We have Breece Hall. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super Chat, baby. Cut the line. We have Sauce Gardner. We have Quinnen Williams. The Jets bandwagon is loaded. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asman Show.
Here we go, Jets fans. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Tuesday. If you're tuning in the late afternoon, just note that the Jets had a practice open to the media today. So Robbie Sabo from JetsXFactor.com will join us during the afternoon stream between 3 and 4 p.m. Eastern, roughly. We plan to go live to recap today's practice, some key takeaways, what stood out. Some takeaways now from the head coach of the New York Jets, Robert Saleh, speaking with reporters and revealed Hasson Reddick has yet to make an appearance at a single voluntary OTA.
Robert, has Hasson Reddick been here at all this spring?
He has not.
You know why?
No.
He was before he left Philly, he was pretty adamant that he wanted a new contract. Has that been relayed to you guys?
I don't know that. I don't know. That'd probably be more of a question for Joe.
Is it, I know it's voluntary, but is it concern he's new to the program? Is it a concern at all?
No, obviously as a coach, you want everybody here all the time, but it is voluntary, and I'm thankful for the guys who are here putting in their work, and those are the guys who I'm going to focus on.
Have you had any communication with Hasson?
I have not.
Is that unusual?
No. Like I said,
player?
Like I said, for me, I'm focused on the guys who are here, and Hasson's a pro. He's been in this league a while. He's produced at a very high level for a long time. He's got his routine. If it makes people feel better, we know where he's at. We know what he's doing, and we know he's working his tail off to get where he needs to get to have a productive 24 season.
Do you expect to see him next week?
I do.
So there you go. To recap, let's put Samiti's tweet up on the screen. Hasson Reddick has not attended any voluntary workouts after being traded to the Jets. He's had no communication with Saleh, who deferred to Joe Douglas when asked if Reddick is seeking a new contract. Here's the thing, when Saleh says that, Joe Douglas doesn't speak again till maybe the start of training camp, if that. He doesn't have to. He'll speak before the season starts. So that might be the next time he actually has to speak by NFL rules. So when he says that's a Joe question, that's just a way of saying, well, I can't answer it. No comment. Hasson Reddick's got 1 year left on his deal, $14.5 million. It's non-guaranteed, but obviously he's going to be on the team this year. He wants a contract extension. Now, Samiti notes by skipping workouts, he won't collect $250K in a workout bonus clause. Imagine being so good at your job that you get $250K for showing up for a workout. Pretty cool. Obviously, Hasson Reddick wants an extension, so he's passing on that money. I think this is still a non-story to this point, because in that cut from Saleh, you heard him say that they do expect him to show up for mandatory minicamp. That's next week, June 11th through the 13th. Tuesday through Thursday is mandatory minicamp. Now, we've seen teams in the past maybe do 1 day of mandatory minicamp and then cancel the next 2. We've seen that happen a lot. The Jets actually canceled minicamp in general last summer because they had the early start for training camp because of the Hall of Fame game. But as long as Reddick shows up to that, this to me is still a non-story. I think how this ultimately gets solved is they will give him some sort of either pay increase or a extension where they tack on a year and add more guaranteed money. That's how this ultimately gets solved, in my opinion. They knew what the situation was when they acquired him for a 2026 third-round pick. Joe Douglas and Howie Roseman are close. So obviously Joe knew what the reality was that Reddick wanted the new deal. And if you look at Reddick's production, he does deserve a new deal. Nick Faria had this stat. Hasson Reddick is 19th among edge rushers in average salary per year. He's one of the only players to record 10-plus sacks in each of the last 5 years. He's been an all-pro. So he's worth more than what he's currently making. So I think they either give him a pay increase or they tack on a year and give him an extension. He is 30. They're not going to give him like a 5-year deal. This is not, Von Miller getting his deal from Buffalo because they thought they were a player away and they were desperate. This is not that. So to me, it's a story because he's not there, and he's obviously new to the team. He's replacing a really good player in Bryce Huff. But this is kind of business in the NFL. I mean, Lamar Jackson didn't show up for OTAs, and he just got paid. So it is voluntary. Ultimately, Hasson Reddick is the least of our problems right now. He's not holding out, though, for those concerned about that. Hasson Reddick needs to play if he wants to get paid. He's cutting off his nose to spite his face if he sits here and says, I'm good. I'm just not going to play because I don't have a new deal. That won't happen. So that's solid there on Reddick. To me, when he shows up next week, maybe they'll make him available to the media and he'll speak. But I don't think this is a big deal to this point. Not on June 4th. If we get to September 8th and he's still not with the Jets, yeah, it's a big deal. But we're not there just yet. More from this press conference with Robert Saleh. I'm sure people will call in and want to weigh in their thoughts on, of course, Hasson Reddick. But this was Robert Saleh being asked about an honor that he actually won last week.
You received quite the honor last week. I think it was sexiest coach in the NFL. Any thoughts on that?
No. You can ask my wife. No, I'm just kidding.
Should we end on that?
Did you hear from Kyle or Sean or anyone?
Matt?
Matt was bitter. No, but anyway.
So how about that, Jet fans? We have the sexiest coach in the NFL. Now I want the winningest coach in the NFL, at least for 2024. All right? That's the next goal for Bob. One more cut from Saleh, and then some other things I want to talk about from the press conference, and also get into the fact the preseason schedule. We knew the opponents, but now we have the dates and times has officially been released. Here's Saleh being asked about the success of the Knicks and the Rangers this spring, and if he's thought about what it would mean to him to win in New York.
To teach you anything about what it's like to win in New York and I guess the mountain of excitement that it creates?
No, it's winning in New York is like nothing else. We felt it. We've had our spurts here in the last 3 years, but you still got to get that feeling. You got to focus on the moment. All the cliche stuff I can throw at you, but there's nothing like winning in New York for sure.
He's right. And I've talked about this a lot when it comes to Aaron Rodgers, right? Like the best thing for Aaron Rodgers' legacy is to win another Super Bowl, obviously. But if you do it with the Jets, it means more than basically anywhere else. You win in Green Bay. Green Bay's got a rich history of winning. Obviously, a second ring is a second ring. Very few quarterbacks in NFL history have more than one Super Bowl. Very few. Very few quarterbacks have won 4 MVPs and have more than one Super Bowl. In fact, I believe it's just one, Peyton Manning. So I've always talked about, Aaron winning in New York. It's greater than anywhere else because that one championship with the Jets will mean more than any championship he could have gotten in Green Bay. It's the old Mark Messier analogy I've used a lot. Messier won 5 Stanley Cups in Edmonton. He's remembered for the one he won in New York with the Rangers in '94. LeBron's won 4 championships. You think of the one he won in Cleveland before you think about the other 3. That's just how it goes. The 2 in Miami, the 1 with the Lakers in the bubble. No one talks about that. It's about the 1 he won in Cleveland. You win in New York, it's just different. And Saleh acknowledged that there, and he's right. And I've said this, and anyone who's been in that seat, star player, coach of one of these teams, they understand that. Another thing Saleh said that I want to highlight here. When asked about Tyler Conklin, Saleh said he's one of the best contested catch guys in football. Tyler Conklin is so underrated, I'll continue to say it. And now I even have some stats courtesy of Michael Nania, who joined us the other day, tweeting these stats about Conklin. So Tyler Conklin had 12 contested catches last season. That was second most in the NFL among tight ends to only Sam Laporta with the Lions, who was phenomenal as a rookie, as we all know. He caught 12 of 18 contested targets. That's a 67% catch rate. That's third among tight ends with 10-plus targets. He has really good chemistry with Aaron Rodgers. The two hang out off the field. You saw Aaron's Instagram over the weekend. He was with Conklin. Tyler Conklin can play. And I think we're going to really see a big-time year from him, assuming he and Aaron are both healthy together. I truly believe that. If you're just tuning in, hit the like button, turn on gift receipts. You never know when someone is going to make it rain as we continue our quest to get another emoji added for all the Asmaniacs that are out there. All right, one final thing to break down. The Jets preseason schedule, the times and dates. It has been announced. Here we go. Once again from Rich's Twitter account. August 10th versus Washington, a noon kickoff. These are all Saturday games, which I think is great. You don't have to think. You just know Saturdays in August, Jets preseason. August 17th at Carolina, night game, 7 p.m. August 24th versus the Giants. That's a Jet home game. 7:30, August 24th, Saturday. Will Aaron Rodgers play in that game for the second year in a row? I think it's 50-50. The Jets have joint practices with each of these teams. I wonder if that will be enough for Aaron to feel comfortable, or if the Jets just say, we love you, we're not putting you out there in a game that doesn't count after what happened last year. But he didn't get hurt in the preseason last year. He got hurt in the opening drive of the season. So I don't know what to make of that. All games Saturday, and keep August 17th open, Jet fans. Maybe we'll do a watch party for that game. We'll have some fun watching Tyrod Taylor and Jordan Travis, Xavier Gibson and Jason Brownlee lead this offense. Braylon Allen, some of the rookies, Quantez Stiggers, because those are the guys that are going to play. You're not going to see Tyron Smith. I don't know if you're going to see him at all. You'll see Olu probably play in all these games. He needs the reps. But we'll talk more about that in a couple months when we get there. But keep August 17th open. If you're a bar owner or a restaurant owner in the tri-state area and you want to host an Asmaniac watch party for that game, reach out to me. My email is in the description, or I'll just give it to you right now. It's asmanjake@gmail.com. All right, comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Once again, hit the join button if you want to become an Asmaniac. Ladies and gentlemen, Gerald Stan is first up to become a member of the show. Thank you, Gerald. Appreciate your support. All right, a lot of things to get into here. But first, I'd be remiss if I didn't shout out all the brand new Patreon members. Thanks to everyone who reached out for the Jets-Texans matchup. I will circle back and be in touch on how you could submit payment to go to the game. We have over 100 people that reached out that are going to be joining us for Jets-Texans on Halloween. So please, if I contact you, get back to me as quickly as possible. This is a huge undertaking to collect that much payments here, but we'll figure it out. We'll get it done. Patreon.com/Jake Asman Show. Shout out to Jason McGowan, Chase Everett, Morgan R., Elias Malkloff, Angel Luciano, Xavier Cartwright, Thomas Basco, Alec Wilson. You are all Patreon members, and I just want to say thank you so much for your support. All right, comments, questions, of course, super chats. We'll cut the line. All calls, as always on this great program, are presented by Gusbuster Umbrellas. If you go to gusbuster.com, you could purchase the best umbrella in the universe. And you could use the promo code Jake, so you'll get 15% off on any of your umbrellas. First up on the Gusbuster hotline today is Harvey. What's up, Harvey?
Hey, good morning, Jake. How's it going, guys? Good morning.
What's up, Harvey? Yesterday, your performance was incredible. For those who missed it, Harvey played a Jelly Roll song on the guitar, and he sung, and I mean, people were still buzzing about that, Harvey.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. It was only a little piece, and it wasn't much of a piece, but, you know, I'm working on it. I'm getting back into my music. It's been a long time. I had somebody actually ask me, they saw me on Facebook, and they said, hey, man, can you come down and play a gig at my bar? And I'm like, it's been like 30 years, but I guess, yeah.
That's tremendous. What's your backstory as a Jet fan? I mean, you were a first-time caller yesterday. We got to learn more about Harvey.
Yeah, first-time caller. I ran across you, you know, just flipping through some Jets stuff, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to check this out. And I've been a fan ever since, and that was just, 2 months ago, and then somebody gifted me a membership, and I'm like, I rolled with it, and I went on Patreon, and then signed up for retroactive payments, and now I'm a fan for life.
I appreciate that. Now,
yeah,
I mean, you have a very fascinating story. I know you and I were messaging a little bit back and forth. Do you mind sharing that story with the audience?
No, it's fine. Of course, I've been a Jet fan for, you know, since Parcells. I follow Parcells from the Giants. I was a Giants fan, so no offense to that. My brother's still a Giants fan, and half of my children are Giants and Jets fans. So, because my ex-wife is a Jets fan or a Giants fan. So it's always been Giants and Jets in the family. Yankees. The only hockey I ever really watched was like the Albany River Rats when they were around. I don't know if anybody remembers those guys. But then there was the Glens Falls Red Wings.
Sure. Yeah. So and have you ever been to a Jet game?
I've never been to a Jet game. I'm 53 years old. I had an accident in 2017. And fell 14 feet. I destroyed my back. My shoulder still needs surgery, but I've had my hip replaced. I've had back surgery. Still need a few more, but I've never been to a Jets game. My Jets paraphernalia is not much, but I've got some stuff. I wanted Wayne Corbett jersey. I've wanted one forever. He's like my favorite star. So I'm trying to figure out how to raise money for myself to get to a Jets game. I don't drive anymore because of all the medication I'm on. It's just way too dangerous. I don't drink anymore, but I celebrate. So I want to get to a Jets game, and I need help getting there. So I'm asking, you know, the Jets fans for help.
Well, I'll tell you what, Harvey, you shared part of your story with me off air. I reached out to someone who had 2 tickets that they cannot use, unfortunately, for the home opener, week 3, Thursday Night Football against the Patriots. They are your tickets. You're going to your first Jets game, the home opener against the Patriots.
Oh, my God, that is amazing. That is crazy. I don't even know what to say. I don't want to cry, but boy, I sure feel like it.
You're going. The listener who has the tickets is a great, great guy. He reached out. NY Jeff, unfortunately, he's a huge Jet fan, but here's why he had these tickets available. He has tickets for his wife at Jones Beach Theater for one of her favorite bands performing that same night. Had no idea the Jets were going to be playing a Thursday night game when he booked these tickets for his wife. So he reached out and said, hey, I have 2 tickets. I want you to give them to a fan who's never been to a game, someone with a great backstory that we can get in the building that night. And I thought of you right away, reached out to NY Jeff. He loved it. And Harvey, you will be in the building opening night, Jets Patriots in the home opener.
Oh my God, I don't know what to say. I really don't. Now I just got to figure out how I'm going to get there.
We will get you there somehow. All right. So
I live in Plattsburgh, so it's quite the trip. I'd have to take a train or a bus or something. I'm not sure how that would work. So like a bus right to MetLife.
You gotta get someone to take you down from Plattsburgh. Find a Jet fan in the area or someone of your family. That'd be great.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go on Facebook. So I'm on Facebook, Harvey Bouchard. I'm there. You can recognize me. I'm gonna do a GoFundMe, and I'm gonna play music for the GoFundMe.
I love it. We're going to get you at L5 before the home opener, too, so you could meet everyone at tailgate with us, all right?
Oh, my God, that's going to be amazing. I can't believe it. I can't wait to tell my son. He's just going to fall over.
I love it. Get in touch with me on the Discord again so I can transfer you these tickets, okay?
Okay. Thanks. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Jets fans. Oh, man, thanks. What was it? He was Jets.
NY Jeff is the guy's
NY
name.
Jeff.
You could thank him. He's in the Discord, so you can reach out to NY Jeff. His name is Major War in the Discord, and you can get in touch with him.
I will get in touch with him as soon as we're done. As soon as I finish the show. I don't want to take anything away from the show, Jake. I love it, and I just want to add stuff to the show. So I'll be back again.
I love it. Harvey, you're the man. Congratulations.
Thanks. Take care, guys.
Love it. How about that? Harvey, go into the home opener because we got the best listeners and the best fan base in all of sports. NY Jeff, Major War in our Discord. Unbelievable. He never misses a game. Just happened to do something nice for his wife. Then the Jets end up playing on Thursday Night Football, week 3, and he can't go. He's got to watch the game on his phone at a concert, but at least Harvey can go, which is awesome. Shout out to Harvey. And also, shout out to the super chat here from Jets Johnny. He goes, for Harvey. Well, there you go, Harvey. We'll start the fun to get you down from Plattsburgh, too, because you're going opening night, man. Drew, super chat, cuts the line. Jake, did you see what C.J. Stroud said about Matthew Stafford and Rodgers? Said Stafford would have 3 to 4 rings with the Packers. I did see that, and I will comment on it in a future video because I got a lot of thoughts on that. And I like C.J. Stroud. But what? Tom writes in, need to hear Jake talk about Breece Hall's lower half stuff that sidelined him today. Heavy emphasis on the lower half. Yeah, Tom, I'm going to pass on that. But Breece is fine. Curly writes in, Saleh is a sharp guy. He figured out that if you lose, you're a loser. Does anyone hate the Jets more than Curly Norman in the comment section? Curly, you're the classic fan that if the Jets were to win the Super Bowl 35-31, you would be pissed that the defense allowed that many points. Just relax, man. Be a little hopeful. It's a new year. Aaron's back. They have a real backup. Let's be positive until we have a reason to be negative. How's that for a concept? But I'll play this for you anyway.
When you lose, you're a loser. I suck. Joe D sucks. We all suck.
Amazing. Rat Diddy, super chat. Jake, this community is amazing. Great stuff with Harvey. The best. And I'll say this too for any other Jet fans. If you ever have tickets that you can't use and you want to donate them to someone like Harvey or someone who's maybe never been to a game that has young kids, you let me know and we'll do what we did at the end of last year where we found people who wanted to go to these games and we got real Jet fans in the building because it's not easy. Tickets are expensive and I just want to pay it forward to as many people as possible. Carmine says, fire him now. If he was around, then it would be cool. But he's brand new and traded for a terrible look. Don't give that bum bleep. So you want to fire, a.k.a. cut, Hasson Reddick, Carmine, because he has not shown up to a voluntary OTA on June 4th. Do I have that right? Right? I think I do, right? See ya.
F you. F you. F you too.
Stupid. Come on, folks. Let's calm down. Hit the like button. If you're just tuning in, a lot of great Jet fans out there tuned into the show. We thank everyone for that. Let's keep rolling with the calls. Let's go to Ricky NY. What's up, Ricky?
Hey, what's happening, Jake? You definitely had that comment right. I'm wondering if you had the name right, because that sounds like something JJ would say, you know? Just right off, Mr. 20 seconds into free agency, we didn't make a splash yet. But great stuff this morning. Congrats to Harvey. I have a question, though. I know you said about the Jets fans that have tickets they can't use. What about Jets fans that have tickets they can't figure out how to use? Because I bought some tickets and I figured I would get a ticket in the mail, but it's this virtual thing where I guess I have to download it onto my phone, and my tickets are out there somewhere. I just haven't figured out quite how to get to them yet. I guess
go through the Jets app. Go through the Jets app, Ricky.
All right. At any rate, man, I'm so glad to hear you say what you said about Conklin, because I remember last year I was watching TV. It was like probably right before the Houston game, and the guys on TV said Tyler Conklin leads all tight ends in catches for first downs. And maybe that wasn't at the end of the year, but at that point of the year, and I was going, damn. And why doesn't anybody give him his credit, man? Like he's similar to Garrett Wilson. He's done everything he's done to this point that we've seen with awful quarterback play. Like, I cannot wait to see him and Aaron together. Aaron loves his tight ends, and I think we're going to have a big year from Conklin, and I just can't wait to see it. That's really pretty much all I got. I'm not even going to bother to weigh in on the Hasson Reddick thing because I think it's such a non-story. Like, it's voluntary. Sometimes these guys don't show up for that, but it'd be nice to have him here. But I really don't think it's a big deal. I think that'll all work out. And just looking forward to the year. Go Jets.
Let's go, Ricky. Love it. Yeah, look, if Hasson Reddick's not there in August, then it's the story. If he doesn't even show up to mandatory minicamp on Tuesday, then it's more of a story. It's not a story when it's voluntary on June 4th. Derek writes in, are we thinking Jets-Bills will be the biggest home game of the year? I mean, it depends on, what your version of biggest. What if the Jets-Dolphins game, the last game of the regular season's for the division or for a playoff spot or something? I think as far as the best matchup at home, you could argue it's the Bills, right? I mean, what are your options? The Texans with Stroud. Miami, I suppose. The Rams. I mean, the most impactful game as far as just you look at it at home with the best matchups, Buffalo, because it's the Bills. They're the defending champs in the division 4 years in a row. So, yeah, I guess it's the Bills. Harvey writes in, thank you so much. My son can't believe it. He said he will get me there. Boom. Harvey going to the game with his son. How about that? Love it. And Harvey, let me tell you, these seats that NY Jeff has are incredible. You're in the lower bowl. They're going to have a blast. Cody Decker's watching the show. Do you think Aaron plays during the preseason? I still think he plays a drive or two. I do. I know some have said, oh, there's joint practices. No way. I think he's going to want to play just so we could get a little rust out of the way in the preseason. I could see Aaron playing. Shout out to Morgan, who writes in, newest member of the Patreon gang. Welcome aboard, Morgan. Thrilled to have you. More calls right now. Will M is up next. What's up, Will?
Hey, Jake. How you doing today?
What's up, Will? How are you?
Good. So been listening to you since about 2022 season. Haven't really had many chances to call in because you usually go live when I'm at work. So free today, so I thought I'd give you a call. Just wanted to talk about Saleh and the hate that he's getting. I do see on the show sometimes there's a lot of people out here that like to talk down on Saleh. And one thing I got to say about it is he's a defensive coach. Our offense has been horrible in that too. Like with our offensive line, quarterback situation, we've been in pretty dire straits the last couple of years in the sense of that. So got to give him a little pass in that sense too. 7 wins when you're in that bad of a situation is a good thing. I think we can't totally judge him. The jury isn't totally out there until we have Rodgers at quarterback, till we have the whole team out there this year. I think that's when we can actually make a serious determination on if Saleh is a good coach or not. So I think some of these people should hold their horses, sit back, watch, see what happens with Saleh. Then we can figure that out. I also like to say too, best time I've had as a Jets fan at 28 years old, I would say when Rex Ryan was the coach. So at that time, he was a defensive coach. He took us very far. Best we've seen the Jets in so long. So why can't Saleh do it? That's all I got to say. Have a good one, Jake.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, look, I've obviously have at times had to defend Robert Saleh. I think I've been very fair with how I discuss him. This has got to be the year they win. I was an advocate of not firing him because I didn't think it was the right move for this franchise in an all-in year to bring in a new coach when Rodgers is comfortable with him and the defense is elite and you don't want a new scheme and all that adjustments and all that. Like, it didn't make any sense. It was either you get rid of the GM and the coach, or you had that quote-unquote mulligan, get a better backup quarterback, get a better O-line, get a better receiver like they've done, and let's go. Now they got to win. There's no excuse. But I'll continue to say it. The idea that the Jets should have won way more games last year, you're fooling yourself. They started Zach Wilson, who's historically one of the biggest busts in NFL history. Tim Boyle, who's the only quarterback I can confidently say Zach Wilson is better than. And then Trevor Siemian. Once again, folks, there is a strong possibility that the 3 quarterbacks who started the 17 games for the Jets last year are either not on NFL rosters or, at the best case, one of them, Zach Wilson's a number 3 quarterback. I don't know if Zach Wilson's Denver's backup. Jarrett Stidham's better. He might win that battle. Curly says Siemian should have been playing sooner. That's on Saleh. If that's your biggest knock on Saleh, then you know what? It is what it is, because you weren't winning anything with Trevor Siemian either. Is he better than Boyle? Yes. But come on. Dano writes in, bro set up a fan to their first game in 24 hours. Bonkers. Dano, we have the best fans, man. People who support me, I support. Love everyone out there. We will try and send as many fans to games as possible this year. If anyone ever has tickets, they can't use them, and they want to send someone to a game, let's make it happen. Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. Super chat from Bang Mateo. Saleh needs to show leadership and talk with Reddick. How do you know he hasn't? Because he said to the media he hasn't? How do you know? And anyway, what does he need to say to Reddick? It's a contractual situation. That's the GM's job. We're going to criticize Robert Saleh for his answers today about Hasson Reddick. Really? Bang. Even for you. This is pretty silly. Show leadership and talk with Reddick. And say what? Hey, buddy, we miss you? I mean, what are you talking about, bro? God. You know what? I can't help myself. It needs to be done.
Listen to yourself. You sound demented. Just go away, please. I can't stand it anymore.
God, Bang. Mike L. writes in, do you give away other tickets? I gave away Islanders tickets because I got a stomach virus last year. If something like that happens with Knicks, Mets, or Isles, could I donate to you and the Asmaniacs? Yeah, I could try, Mike. I'd be happy to try and do that. I think we'll have a much higher success rate with the Jets because people associate me on YouTube as the Jets guy, but sure. Hit the like button. Send in a super chat if you haven't. Become an Asmaniac if you haven't. Always looking for more members. More of your calls right now. Ladies and gentlemen, smoking a fat cigar is our guy, Neil. Hello, Neil.
What's happening, everybody?
Neil?
Just came off the golf course, shot an 85. Very excited.
Nice.
Nice to have a beginner caller. My boy, Harvey. Now, if anyone is a honeymooners extraordinaire, there's one of the funniest episode of the honeymooners when Ralph and Norton go into the pool hall, and there's a little guy playing pool, and Ralph says, excuse me, this is our table here. And he goes, no, we have this table reserved. He's a little tiny guy. He goes, I'm sorry, we're playing right now. Get lost. If you get me mad, I'm going to call my friend Harvey, and he's going to come over here, and you don't want to see Harvey. So Ralph goes to Norton. Harvey? You're going to send Harvey with us? Oh, my God. And they're all laughing and everything else. All of a sudden, Harvey comes in, and he's a gigantic boxer, like 6'4". And he goes up to Ralph. He says, is there a problem here? He goes, and Norton says, yeah, there's a problem. We had this table, and now you want to take, your friend wants to take this table over. And Ralph is going, humming, because you see how big Harvey is. So the long story short, they set up a boxing match to, Harvey challenges him to a boxing match, and it's one of the funniest episodes. So whoever is a big honeymooners thing should YouTube it, especially you, Harvey. Where I can't wait to see you with your little mandolin at the L5 tailgate playing a song about our Jets.
Knockouts don't matter if you land enough jabs. You can do a music.
You said boxing, so you said boxing. I had to hit that.
Okay, now, and we're going to see him, Harvey, at the thing. You caught that, right?
Yes, Harvey will be in the building.
At L5.
Yes.
We'll maybe have him do the light the jersey on fire, the whole thing. Now, as far as the Jets go, I was dreaming last night. Here's the first play of the season. You ready for this?
Please enlighten us.
We have our offensive line set up. We have Ruckert on the right side. Ruckert goes in motion. Okay. Malachi Corley is over here next to Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson comes out, blocks his man. Malachi Corley comes back inside, and Ruckert takes out his guy. And either Ruckert takes out the guy, or Smith goes and takes out that guy, and he crosses back in, and we pick up a big gain. Then we're going to do Allen on a nice play. Look, this is going to be an orchestrated offense that I will be shocked does not score at least 3 points to 7 points on every single possession we have. There's no more 3s and 7s and no touchdowns for 2 straight games, Jake, when we go there. When we go to Vegas. No touchdown, 0. Oh, it was like, I felt like last year that we're sticking needles in my toenails. That's how much pain. I think I would have rather taken that pain than dealt with the bullshit we had to deal with last year. And I'm going to tell everybody here, it's over. And Saleh, let's think about this. When he goes out and he wins that first game against the wonderful 49er coach there, and he outcoaches him in the first game, right away, the talk is going to be over about how bad a coach Saleh is. Wouldn't that be a nice win, Jake?
If they win week 1, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I mean, if he goes out and outcoaches, because he knows that offense, Jake. I'm going to tell you something. I think he has a distinct advantage knowing the offense, having Kinlaw, having Solomon Thomas, ex-49er guys there. I think that's going to give us a big advantage. And Reddick, look, what's his name? The 49er quarterback got hurt by Reddick. So he's got him in the back of his head here on the blind side.
Yeah, but then we could say that about Rodgers then, because what's his name's on the Niners now.
Yeah, but that's not going to mean anything.
Now,
Rodgers,
what are your thoughts on the fact that Allen just wrote in every time you talk, Neil, he's tempted to take the Jets under 9.5 wins?
Well, Allen has to realize one thing. Okay? Allen, every blind squirrel finds a nut, and every broken clock is right twice a day. And the reality is, you could take every Jet fan that's optimistic and call him a loser, and you will be right 90% of the time, Allen. That's because we suck for the last 14 years. What do you want? What do you want me to say? Okay? Now, last year, if we had Aaron Rodgers, if we got a competent quarterback that we were yelling for, right, Jake? Oh, can we get somebody at the trade deadline? Can we do this? If we had 2 more wins or even 1 more win, we would have saw Aaron come back and we would have made a decent run, okay? But we didn't have the Super Bowl roster, I think, to beat Kansas City. Right now, this roster is so stacked, and mark my words, when we're 7, 8, 9, and 0, and Devontae Adams, who's 31 years old, is sitting on the Raiders with 3 wins, he's coming, baby. for the second half of the season.
Neil,
Devontae will be on the team.
what are the
and we're
Powerball
gonna
numbers
play.
tonight?
What's that?
What are the Powerball numbers tonight?
I don't know. I don't play Powerball. Listen,
You dream about the Jets' first play, but we don't know the Powerball numbers.
I'm telling you, the guys, it's in my mind's eye. It's 17-0. It's not even a joke.
Curly says, guaranteed we go 3 and out now, first drive. Thanks, Neil.
Oh, Curly, please. All you negative guys. I'm tired of it. I've been watching this team longer than any of you. 58 freaking years. All right? When I tell you I've seen enough shit to know when something's good. We got Sexy Salah, who used to be Sexy Rexy, and he's taken us to the promised land. I like Salah. I think he's ready to go this year. And he's doing – let me make a point here. I'm only my first of 13.
Another point? Okay.
No. Solomon Thomas did his conference, after Salah today. I don't know if you caught it. All right. NFL Network had Solomon Thomas on. Last year, he had 5.5 sacks last year. He had his best year. We signed him to a 1-year deal. He played with Kinlaw. He's very, very excited about the defense. But I got to tell you, these guys that they come on, they're polished. They're not, you know what I'm saying to you? The team that he put together between Salah and Joe D. One thing you could say about them, there's no divas. There's no wise asses. There's no guys with charges against them. These are all nice young guys, polished. You know what I'm saying, Jake? I really feel, and that's really underappreciated and not really taken into consideration when you look at a team. They are polished. And if Aaron Rodgers, who is my Lord and Savior, says that Bob Saleh is a good coach and he's helping our team, what do you want me to say? He's an idiot?
I can't believe you cut me off, Jake.
Blast off. Yeah. I'll be seeing that in person July 4th at the Neil Hamptons Estate. By the way, Neil, Snowball, I saw commented. He wants to know if he could park cars for your July 4th party. What a Neil call. Neil, that is the perfect encapsulation of Neil. He's dreaming about what the Jets' first play of the season is going to be. But nothing will beat my favorite Neil story of all time. Opening night last year. Aaron Rodgers, 4th play, goes down. My life felt like it was over. Worst sports moment I've ever witnessed in person. One of the worst moments that's ever happened ever to me. Certainly in my fandom. And Neil trying to calm me down as I'm flipping out, screaming at Bills fans, screaming, I'm not doing Zach Wilson again. I can't do this. I can't do this. He says to me, it's fine. It's a sprained ankle. He'll be back for the second half. That is Neil in a nutshell. The most optimistic Jet fan of all time, despite the fact he has been a Jet fan for 58 years. He was at the AFL Championship game in 68 against the Raiders. Crazy. Couple super chats. K&D says, salute my G Jake. Big up, Neil. K&D says, at Allen, hold it down. Be positive. Allen and positive. That will never happen. Dave, I just had meniscus surgery yesterday. Well, Dave, feel better, bro. And I'm not feeling as nice as Neil is right now. Good for him, whatever it takes to be positive. Maybe there was something extra in that cigar Neil was smoking today. Maybe. Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. If you're positive like Neil, hit the like button. If you're negative like Neil, hit the like button. If you're a fan of world history, listen up.
I mean, honestly, it's time for another V-neck call. I mean, honestly, I'm not sleeping. What's up, Jake? It's funny Neil's talking about the honeymoon. It made me think, Jackie Gleason actually used to live in Peekskill.
Who hasn't lived in Peekskill?
Lots of people.
I feel like you know the whole history of the town.
Actually, when I was a kid, for a work that, career day programs, I actually spent a day in the town's museum with the curator, like for career day, when I was a kid. So yeah, I did pick up a lot while I was there.
Well, there you go. In fact, we got a super chat here from Michael. It says, "Forget it, Neil. The Hucklebuck is the all-time honeymooners." I'm gonna have to watch the honeymooners because I've only seen like clips here or there.
The only thing I know about the honeymooners, I've never seen it, but I know that it was the basis for the Flintstones.
See, world history with V-Man.
In fact, actually, Jackie Gleason tried to get the Flintstones. Was at first thinking of suing the Flintstones for copyright infringement, but then he didn't want to be known as the guy who ended Fred Flintstone.
Very nice.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but I want to clarify this. I want everybody knows that I have secured my tickets for the home opener against the Patriots.
Yes, let's go. That is big news.
Now I just got to figure out how to get there. I've taken last 2 trips to my last few trips to MetLife have all been like taking the shuttle bus. Thinking, should I take the shuttle bus or should I just try to take the train there? What is the chat saying?
V-Man, I have no idea. I'm from Long Island. I live in the city now. I have no idea what you should do to get from where you live to MetLife.
Well, I mean, I take the Metro North into the city.
Well, hold on. Curly says I'm in 230A. If you want to ride, V-Man, I'm in Yorktown. That work?
You're 230. Wait,
that's his section. No, he lives in Yorktown. I don't know if that's near you.
Well, Yorktown, like you mean like Yorktown or Yorktown Heights? Which one is it?
I have no idea.
Oh, you're in Yorktown. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, where it's like, all right, Curly, just put in the chat like where would be a good spot to meet for a pickup.
We'll figure it out, V-Man. Neil will send you the jet.
Or we just figure out with Curly because that'd be good. Because the problem is when I always take the shuttle, it's like, I'm getting there, but it's like you get there just as the tailgates are wrapping up, and it's always been a bummer for me. I've never been able to properly enjoy a tailgate.
Well, V-Man, not only will you enjoy this tailgate, you'll be one of the big stars of this tailgate.
And maybe we can use my lighter for the jersey burn.
They have plenty, but we appreciate the gesture.
Yeah, no, it'll be a hell of a time. This is my first ever primetime game.
Who are you going to the game with?
I was gonna go with my cousin, but he backed out the last minute, so I just go by myself.
No, we're gonna find someone to go with you. Come on.
No, it's all right. Look, I'm all right going by myself. I went to the home opener last year in the rain by myself.
Well, you're gonna get recognized by a lot of Jet fans, so it's gonna be great.
I mean, I probably will. You know, I definitely will. I get recognized, like I say, when I walk in the supermarket every now and again. I've been recognized there. I've been recognized on the train. You know, I think it was like someone was literally watching a recap of one of your shows and literally turned and then just looked at me and just like their eyes bulged.
I love it. Well, V-Man, I can't wait, man. Hopefully I beat you before then, but we'll definitely see you week 1.
All right. That sounds good.
All right. Can't wait.
I mean, honestly, Jake just hung up on me, and honestly, I'm going to go back to sleep.
That's big news now. Jets can't lose home opener with V-Man out of the house. Unreal. Can't wait, to quote a former Jet linebacker who's a coworker of mine. Paul says, Neil acting like Aaron Rodgers is in his prime. Prime time is over. Hey, Paul, I don't need MVP Aaron Rodgers for the Jets to be really good. In fact, Aaron Rodgers won an MVP at age 37 and 38. That's never happened other than Tom Brady. So I think Aaron Rodgers still got it. He doesn't need to be best in the NFL for this team to be damn good. Not with this defense. Not with some of the weapons he's throwing to. All right, V-Man, we actually have a ride for you. Curly is making it clear he lives 15 minutes from Peekskill. So there you go. We'll get you in touch with Curly somehow. Curly, do me a favor. Email me, all right? And I'll put you on an email chain with V-Man because I have V-Man's email. Very nice of you, even though you're the most negative Jet fan ever. D-Rock says, hit the like button. Love it. More of your calls right now. Ladies and gentlemen, KND up next. What's up, King and Dreams?
What's the word? What's the word, man? How you doing, man? My man Jake is always putting his foot on people's necks, man. Always, bro. Man, salute to you. Salute to the chat. My man V man, K Thala, mano. You know what I mean? Yo, what's the word, man?
We're living the dream, baby. And another day closer to Jets football.
Absolutely, man. You know, I saw that picture with you and Aaron Rodgers, man. So, man, I shot you a text. I said, "Oh, okay, I see you, big bro. I see you, man. That's what's up, man." Okay, so I had a couple of questions, you know, for you, right? So, do you think that 14-3 is that realistic?
I mean, I wouldn't pick them to go 14-3, just given the history of this franchise. But I mean, for that, the path is possible. Like in the past, it's like, oh, we're going undefeated. Like you're not going undefeated when Sam Darnold, Zach Wilson, Mark Saint. Like, you're not gonna, you know, it's impossible. But there's a path to it. If Aaron Rodgers is an MVP level player again, this roster is good enough to go 14-3. Yeah. Do I think that's going to happen? No. I think they're probably closer to 11 or 12.
Well, so okay, right. So Aaron Rodgers, I think we're gonna have a pissed off Aaron Rodgers, and he's going to he's gonna ball out, man. He's gonna ball out.
I agree. I think he will too. But there's always injuries. You know, they're relying on some guys staying healthy. It's it's not just about him to go 14-3. You know, there's a lot of factors in addition to just obviously you need the great quarterback play if you're winning that many games.
Right. So my next question though is like are we hedging because it's the Jets?
Yes, and I think it's because I think it's because Aaron's coming off this injury, right? And he's 40. Like
right.
He's now.
True.
I don't think the age is what concerns me. I think it's just we're just scared as Jet fans more than anything. Like he got hurt week 1, so he's full go. He takes great care of himself. We're seeing quarterbacks play later and later now. Brady played till 45. Favre was elite at age 40, his first year with Minnesota. Like it's been done before. Peyton Manning obviously came off the serious neck surgery when he was 36 or 37 and threw 55 touchdowns. Like people are skeptical because it's the Jets and it's easy just to count them out because they've been irrelevant and have missed the playoffs for 14 years in a row.
Right, absolutely, man. And I'm not going to hold you up too much longer. So my last question is, how come Conklin doesn't get enough love? Everyone keeps talking about trying to beef up the tight end. Like I think we're good at tight end.
Agreed. Well, I think it's because Conklin, he's had terrible quarterback play, but if you look at his production,
right, exactly.
He's been top 10 the last 2 years in both yards and receptions amongst tight ends. Like he's to me a very underrated player.
Absolutely. And the last thing I want to say, man, everyone continue to support Jake, subscribe, hit the like button, get on the Patreon. Support my bro, man. Yeah, man, he busts his behind putting in that work. Also, what I want to say is the next emoji that you put out, I'm gonna drop 200.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Man, that would get us. So let me see how many I need. If you're dropping 200 channel memberships to get us there, let's find. Stay on the line. Let's get an accurate count right now.
Yeah, I got you, bro.
Oh, that is wild. Hold on, let me get to a super chat while I got you here. This is loading. Neil says, Deno, great gesture for tickets, but if I had front row backstage concert tickets for any band and could play on stage, I would still pass to be at Jets game, especially with our Lord Aaron Rodgers. Never miss. Neil, just so you know, it was NY Jeff, not Dano, who offered the tickets to Harvey. But I mean, shout
out to Neil, man. Shout out to Neil. I like Neil, man.
Neil's great. If you want to have a good time, you hang out with Neil.
Yeah, I like Mr. Bonesy too.
Another legend. And by the way, folks, I don't know if people caught it over the weekend. It was a members only video for the first month, the Neil vs. Bonesy challenge. I made it public over the weekend for everyone to watch back the highly contested shoe sale challenge at Alden's off Madison Ave. All right, you ready for this, K&D? Here is the exact amount that we need for a new emoji to be added. In fact, I added the Aaron Rodgers meets Jake Asman emoji the other day, replaced it with one of our old ones that weren't relevant. But to add a brand new one, we need, according to YouTube, another 61 more members for a 30-second emoji.
All right, bet. And then so after that, I need a KND emoji. Gator, if you watching, hold me down, man. Hold me down. And that one, I will drop like 5 for that one.
Oh, hey, you know what? I'm a capitalist, KND.
Hey, I know. We've talked offline. I already know what it is, bro. I already know what it is, man.
Yeah, I love
That's
it.
what's up, man. Listen, man, I ain't gonna hold you up too much longer, man. You know, keep working, keep doing what you do, man. Salute, my G. And you know, I'll holler at you later, man.
KND, appreciate you, man. Thanks as always for your support. Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. It sounds like KND might make it rain some channel memberships here shortly. Turn on gift receipts, and maybe you will get one. More calls right now, ladies and gentlemen. Jets Johnny immediately heard the story about Harvey, and before I could even reveal that we got him tickets for the home opener, Jets Johnny donated $20 as a super chat, and he joins us now. What's up, Johnny? Uh-oh. I don't like that noise. Johnny, call back. Internet, not great. More calls right now. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us on the line is one of our younger Jet fans, JL. Hello, JL.
That new guy never stops talking. You should give him a muzzle.
Which new guy?
That new guy.
Oh, the Neil guy. Yeah, Neil talks a lot.
We should get him a muzzle.
You think we should get him a muzzle, huh?
Yes.
What if we make him jump out of a window? Would that excite you?
Yes.
Okay, pay attention. Here we go, kid.
Jake, I've made all 13 of my points. Before you cut me off again, I'm going to throw myself out this goddamn window.
How was that?
Good.
All right. JL, excellent call. Say hi to your dad for us. That's J Quest's son. Tremendous. Will M writes in, is there any way I could still RSVP for Jets Texans game? It was only for Patreon, Will. So if you message me there, I'll see what I could do. Or message me on the Discord. Appreciate your support. Comments, questions, super chats. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now is a man who now has his own channel emoji. Chiefs fan on line 1. Hello, Chiefs fan.
What up? I've been busy lately.
How's the lawnmower business?
Good. I took today off because it's the anniversary of my brother's suicide. So I drank, I think, a whole bottle of vodka and then half a bottle of Fireball last night.
Well,
and
I'm sorry to hear that. Are you hungover?
I don't look hungover, but I had a few Bloody Marys for the hungover.
That's nice. You just basically decided you can't get hungover if you just stay drunk.
Yeah. I pulled the Archer. I pulled the Archer if you watch that show.
Very nice.
Yeah. Yeah, but like it's been 5 years since he did it in front of the family, but
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's why I couldn't come on here sober. I gotta be honest with you. Like I took the whole weekend off and I'm like gave it the peer pressure and drank. But I'm like, it is what it is. But let's get back to Jets football, not to be sad. I think Aaron Rodgers is gonna make the media his bitch this year. All off season, they've been talking a lot of shit. His Achilles. He's just gonna turn around, turn Kyle Turd into his bitch, and then he's gonna just make the ESPN guy his bitch to like in the Jets media. Like he said he doesn't trust Rodgers. Now he trusts Rodgers. The only issue is Hackett. We understand Hackett's not there in their brain, but like, come on now. Like, Rodgers is a 40-year-old quarterback. Brady had a hell of a year when he was 40 and lost in the playoffs, got bounced in the first round. Hopefully that doesn't happen to you. If Brady can win a Super Bowl after age 40 against my team with the Bucks, what could Rodgers do?
Look, the key Chiefs fan is just health. That's the bottom line. His arm still works. His brain works. They have the defense to support him. They have the special teams to support him. He has an elite number 1 receiver. He has an elite running back. It's just the health of this team and obviously him.
Well, let's just be real. If you guys didn't have Zach Wilson, he probably would have came back and led you to a playoff game at the end of the year. Like if Zach Wilson didn't blow your season away.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And now you got Tyrod Taylor, which he shouldn't get injured because you're the main team that's been injured in the last few years. And then you got the backup from Florida State coming in. And then you got Breece Hall, who can buddy up with Rodgers because they both have Achilles injuries. So they're just going to make sure they don't get hurt. and you got that new lineman coming in. I honestly think like you're going to win the division. I'm like, I constantly tell Pats fans you're rebuilding. I tell Fins fans you're declining. You can't win. You can't win in December. You can't win in the playoffs. And I tell Bills fans, you just gave us a golden wide receiver. What makes you think that Jake Asman Jets are not going to win the division this year? The only way y'all don't win your division this year is if the football gods decide to curse you again, and that's not happening.
From your lips to God's ears. Before you go, Cheats fan, how was the big Red Lobster meal over the weekend?
Oh, it was good. I had it on Sunday, and then I came home. I was going to go on Friday, but I decided to have it on Sunday. Came home after drinking Long Island iced teas, and I just went to town on the bottles.
Nice. Well,
Yeah.
Cheats fan, great call. Appreciate your support as always.
Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cheats fan checking in. Hit the like button if you're tuned in. K&D wrote, by the way, Cheats fan, condolences. Amen. Sorry to hear that about your brother, Cheats fan. We all support you on this channel. Joe writes in, Jake, WTF, I thought this was Jets football. Joe, are you new here? I mean, clearly you're not. You're a channel member. Have you ever paid attention to any of these shows? I mean, I don't know what to tell you. It is mostly Jets football. And then it's also the Asmaniacs take on Jets football. It's also June 4th. How much Jets talk do you need? Because there's plenty of it if you go rewind the first 30 minutes of the show, breaking down Saleh's press conference. But I hear what you're saying. So because obviously you want Jets talk, I will bring you Jets talk immediately because I got the perfect guy on the line right now who's going to bring us right back to football and make it all make sense.
Oh, you know I like the Yankees and the Jets. Can't believe Jake and Roger met. I'm more than just a hat on Bobby. Hey, Joe, listen to this. You're new to this channel, okay? And Chiefs fan is family to me. And that was a very upsetting news story. And I'm crying over here, okay? So pipe down a little bit, okay? Just shut your pie hole, okay? That's it, okay? We don't need your 2 cents in, okay? I like talking Jets football, but that was a sad story.
Amen,
He's
Bobby.
my
Well
friend,
said.
and he's my family. And I do joke around, but I've been crying since I heard that news. I'm emotional, Jake.
You are,
I'm
Bobby,
very
but you're also a very good person.
Yeah, I had a great time last night. I did my other show last night. I couldn't believe it. Went 8 to 12 last night.
4 hours, Bobby.
Yeah, I had Scott on. I had Carly. I had Aurora. It was a great time. We had a lot of stuff to do. It got a little crazy after the witching hour. So it was funny.
It usually does get pretty crazy.
But I had an early physical therapy appointment, so I decided to come and see you.
Very nice. Well, I hope that went well. But more importantly, how was your dinner at Chili's with your daughter and her boyfriend?
Oh, it went great. She enjoyed it. We tried your suggestion. It was good.
The triple dip?
Yes, it was
nice.
Good. She enjoyed it. He did too. We all did.
It's the best. The best deal you're gonna get there.
All right, and we all had Pepsis. I drink Pepsi once in a great while. So
there you go, a little Bobby Midnight on some Pepsi, huh? No wonder why you did a
Yeah.
4-hour show. You had all that sugar in you.
Yeah, but I can't do it all the time. I'm a diabetic, so once in a while, I'll share it. I treat myself. Is your friend on tonight? Today, Robbie today?
Robbie will join us in the later afternoon to recap practice.
Is that 3 o'clock, right?
3 or 4. Yeah, he's gonna let me know when he's available.
Okay. Yeah, I have to wait all the way to Thursday until it hits my account. The $20 you gave me.
Oh, the Venmo? Yeah.
Yeah. Why does it take so long?
I'm not sure, but Big Fella says Bobby's show was awesome, just like he is.
I know he was on it. I tell stories. They were cracking up.
K&D says we love you, Bobby. Respect, bro.
Yeah, we love you too, K&D. Of course, you're great. And King Loski's good. I do. I disagree with it. Carly has a sexy voice, though. Hey, what about camp? Do you guys go camp together?
She told you this?
Yes, she did.
I'm gonna have to go watch
But
this
she,
appearance now.
but she didn't tell us about your birthday at all. No.
My birthday's September 18th.
Yeah, she did tell us that.
Oh.
But she's
It's the
hot.
day
though.
before the home opener, Bobby. My wish is for the Jets to win.
Of course. Yeah,
Yeah.
see if what's it that Curly didn't want to bring what's the name V-Man. I could have picked him up because I have to go down. I could pick him up that way.
One way or another, V-Man will be there.
Yeah, I know. He got the 2 tickets. He could bring him.
Nate says, "Can Bobby tell the babysitter story on here?" Bobby, is this story
No.
appropriate? Oh, that answers the question.
This is after. Nate, didn't I just say after hours? That's 11 o'clock, and you were cracking up last night. So this is no 11 o'clock p.m. This is in the afternoon with kids around. Okay, I can't do that. I gotta respect my Jake, my friend Jake. Hey, how you like my headphones?
I love your headphones, Bobby. You sound great.
Gator was on my show yesterday too.
Well, how about this from the big fella, Bobby? Wow, look at this.
What?
Boom. Jake, can you send this to Bobby to take care of his show for a while? All right, Bobby, I'm going to send you another Venmo with some more money to keep you powered through on StreamYard, all right?
Big fella, that's very nice of you. Wow, you didn't have to do that. Oh my God, he's awesome. You know what he does? He's a day broker or something like that. Trade broker.
He's the big fella.
Yeah, he does a good job.
He's a
He's
legend.
awesome. Yeah, we would talk about TV shows last night. Hey, I want before I leave, you got to meet Vinny too and Mike's situation.
I did. I spent a lot of time with Mike, the situation. We were next to each other the entire night watching the fights.
What about Vinny? What happened to Vinny?
Well, Vinny was next to him, but I was where I was seated. I was directly next to my left to Mike, the situation.
Did he have a girl next to him at all?
No, it was just the two of them together.
I know Vinny doesn't have a girlfriend. He better start going. He's gonna get too old to have a girlfriend.
Well, maybe he does. He just hasn't.
No, he does not have a girlfriend on the show. It says he does not have a girlfriend.
Well, maybe he's keeping it private.
No, they know he's single on the show. He's tough with the girls, you know. He always likes what's the name? He likes. He used to like what's the name? The one that doesn't like the new girl on it. I don't like her either. I like the other one. You know,
I never realized how big of a Jersey Shore fan you were.
Oh, I love that. I watched the Vacation one a lot.
Ah.
Yeah.
Hey, Bobby, more good news for the Bobby Midnight Show. Send this to Bobby. Mike D's nuts.
Oh
$20.
my God, no way. No way. What are they doing that for? That's not okay. Yeah, I'm going back to work soon though, because my physical therapist says I'm doing a lot better.
That's great.
Yes.
Well, Bobby, this is all good stuff. I appreciate the call today.
I know. Well, I thank Mike D's nuts and the big fella. They're awesome people.
Absolutely.
And you too, Jake. Thanks for helping me out too.
Always, Bobby. We got you.
Well, you know, I have my own YouTube show. If I'm awake, I'm going live. Unless Jake has a show, I'm Bobby.
Tremendous. All right, more calls right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Jets Johnny's back. Johnny.
This time for real, Jake. You got me?
Hey, we got you. Yes, sir.
Hey. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Nah, I saw when Harvey said he's never been to a game before. I was like, man, I got to do something. And then, like, bam, you said like 2 seconds later that you got him tickets. So then I was like, oh, damn, $20, that ain't gonna do much. But you know, hopefully we'll use that to good use for him, because it's awesome to go to a Jets game live. I've been lucky enough to go to a few, and up in New York, and then being down here in Miami. So I've been to quite a few. So that's awesome that he finally gets to go to one and whatnot. And I just wanted to like say that the Aaron Rodgers hate is really like pissing me off, because like I had to go back and look at this guy's stats, because the way people talk about him, you think he's a bum. And like any year that he's not injured, over at least 26 touchdowns. and a maximum of 12 interceptions. I've never seen a Jets quarterback throw 26 touchdowns outside of Ryan Fitzpatrick. And like, I'm not young. I'm also not old as these guys, but like, I've never seen that before. So if you're telling me that Aaron Rodgers gives me 22 and 12 interceptions, you're not going to sign up for that right now. And that
Well,
would be below,
Yeah,
you know.
well,
Yeah.
he had 24, I think it was his last full season.
Yeah, I think it was 26, but
Or
24.
26. You know,
So it,
you're right. It was 26 and 12, I think it was. Yeah.
yeah, was the low, and then he was injured. I think it was like 2017, so he only had like 16 or something like that. But and then you look, he's got 45, 30, 38. It's like, come on, man. Like, this guy has talent around him. He's got a wall in front of him. He's got a defense for the first time in his career, because nobody talks about that either. He had not like, they had good defense in Green Bay, but not at the level that our defense is projected to be this year. And obviously everything relies on health, but that's everywhere, bro. That's every team every year. You have to be healthy to win. Like, I'm thinking about like my Panthers last year, because we're in the Stanley Cup again this year. Last year we didn't really have a chance. Everybody was hurt. Six guys. Aaron Ekblad was playing with a broken femur. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not yourself, like, playing out there like that. So it's like everything relies on health. And I'm like Neil, man. I'm wishing positivity into existence. I just want it to happen so bad, but also it's realistic this year. It can happen. And so just stop all the hate, stop all the negativity, spread the love, and I'll see you later, Jake. Have a good one, bro.
Johnny, all the love, man. You're awesome. Big heart from Jets Johnny. Marty says, which matchup are you looking forward to this year outside of the division? Houston, Thursday Night Football, Halloween. London, because I'll be going against the Vikings. Just to name two non-division games. Can't wait. Also, the other thing with Rodgers, too, in 2022, he played with a rib injury and he had a broken thumb. And he still put up solid numbers. Still was top 10 in every category. Nate writes in with a super chat. Bobby is 3 subs from 300. Get it done. 2 hour, 15-minute mark of last night's Bobby Midnight Show is gold. Subscribe to Bobby Woodruff on YouTube. TB writes in, can you bring Gary on? I'm on my lunch break. I don't know what to eat. I need his recommendations. We go to Gary right now. Hello, Gary.
Shoot. Oh, hey, Jake. Shoot, give me 1 second. Oh. I was just
why
getting
do
off
you
a
call
call.
a show if you're never ready to actually talk when I go to you?
Well, when I call him Mad Dog, they say we're gonna go to you next, so I got time to prepare. I'm working. I got things going on. That's my bad. That's poor etiquette. Is that poor caller etiquette, Jake?
Yeah, it's just a rite of passage with you. Is how I look at it.
First off, I want to give a big shout out to my boy B-Mac yesterday. I put this in the chat. His opening line to Carly, I like you. You're beautiful. If you're single, I can be your man. There's no better pickup line than that. That's direct. It's to the point. There's no chase. That's it. Like, I'm going to put my cards on the table. I like you. I think you're beautiful. I can be your man if you're single. The call went a little sideways at that. He kind of talked himself out of the sale a little bit. But, like, you can ask Neil or Bonesy, right? Once you ask for the money, shut up. Shut up. Let them make the decision. You know what I'm saying? Like, he put his cards on the table. I like you. You're beautiful. I can be your man if you're single. Let her respond. Bang! Bang! So shout out to B-Mac. When's their second date, by the way?
You're asking the wrong guy. I mean, the first date happened live on the show yesterday.
It was good too. Were both parties happy with the first date?
Well, you just said that you thought it got weird after the initial.
But it opened up well, right? Like,
yeah, but if it doesn't close well, that's great. Ask the Mets how opening up well is when they can't hold a lead in any game after the 7th inning.
I hate that team, Jake. I hate them so much. I can't even watch them. All I ask for them, $300 million payroll, higher payroll than the Yankees, right?
Yeah. Well,
it wasn't like, opening day. If nothing's changed, it's
yeah.
still is.
But like their payroll, like they're paying guys to not play for them. Like, it's so high because you're paying Scherzer and Verlander to not pitch for you.
But this is why I feel like Joe Bonango. I hate this team. I hate this team. I hate this team. Like, I hate them. All I ask them with a $300 million payroll is just the Longhorns kick off on August 31st. The Jets kick off on September 9th. Just be competitive. Don't be out of it until football season starts. Once football season starts, I have something else to watch. Just be competitive throughout the summer. With a $300 million payroll, is that too much to ask? Like, just be 500-ish through August.
I mean, when Edwin Diaz is now not able to even close for you because he's been so terrible, like,
So
it's tough
baseball.
because, like, you needed your good players you do have on this team to be great. And Lindor has not been good. Alonso has not had a monster year like many thought he would in a contract year. They have a bunch of injuries. Obviously, the bullpen's been a disaster besides just Edwin Diaz. Like, if they just won the games they had leads in, they'd be around 500 right now. They'd be doing exactly what you want them to do. But what I've always said this with baseball, when your bullpen sucks, it demoralizes your entire team because there's nothing worse than when you have a win and it gets destroyed because your bullpen blows it. And that has been the story of the Mets season.
They've blown 8 games this year so far. They've lost 8 games so far this year. After 8, they've blown 8 games. No one else has blown more than 2. They've blown 8. It's painful, man. I hate this team. It's just horrible to watch. But with Reddick, I feel like we should have Allen Iverson. We're talking about OTAs, voluntary OTAs, not even mandatory OTAs, but voluntary OTAs. This is not a story. How old's Reddick? 29, 30-ish? He's been in the league, what, 6, 7 years? He doesn't want to go to OTAs. He's an all-pro player. Who cares? Like, who cares? Like,
He wants an extension or a pay raise. Like, this is kind of just how it works. Like, they will come to some sort of solution. They don't make this trade unless they were confident that they would be able to get the thing resolved.
Him being that was kind of my instinct, right? Like, him being not being at voluntary OTAs is a non-story to me. I don't even know why we're talking about that. Like, you're just trying to make something at that point. The contract extension might have some legs to it. Do you think that could be an issue moving forward? Like, do you think that, like, he's not gonna hold out or anything like that? Like, he's not gonna miss any meaningful time.
No, I don't think it's an issue. Ask me this question if he hasn't reported and it's August.
But he's gonna be at the mandatory OTAs, which starts next week, 2 weeks, next week.
It starts Tuesday. Saleh says he expects him to be there.
Okay, so okay, it's a non-issue at this. It's a non-story at this point. Right?
I agree.
Okay, so we're all good.
Yeah. What else are you mad about?
No, I'm not. I'm Joe Douglas, obviously. But I needed, it is what it is. Just win. Just go 20-0 and
give us more Decker content next time.
What was that?
We want more Decker content. We love your daughter.
Decker, I may or may not have been up with her till 3 a.m. watching Impractical Joker marathon with her. So she may be sleeping right now. She still might be sleeping. Yeah.
That's why your wife doesn't trust you with your kids, because you let them stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning.
But it was just like, we used to always watch Impractical Jokers together. And then whatever that network is, like the True Network, whatever, like it kept playing it. It kept playing Impractical Jokers. So she was like, one more. And then next thing I know, it's 3 a.m. I was like, all right, like, I got to put the kibosh on this at some point.
Well, Carrie, excellent job out of you.
I try my best.
Unlike BMAC yesterday, you started bad, but then you finished strong.
BMAX got off to the good start. Like, he got off. He just needs to he was nervous, right? Okay, that's understandable. Stop talking. It's a chick. She doesn't really care what you have to say. She wants to tell you about her. So just ask questions and let her talk. You've opened up. Breaking the ice is not half the battle. It's 90% of the battle. And he opened up like a champ. Then just let her talk. Just let her go.
Chicken with pasta is worse than peanut butter with sandwich.
Ladies and gentlemen, dating advice from Gary. Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. Shout out to Steve M., the first person today to make it rain. Channel memberships. Boom. Let's go.
Money, 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 money.
Here we go. Colton Langjans, Nick Russo, Frank Whitmare, Richard Clark, Wolfson family, all officially as Maniacs. Congratulations. All right, I got time to go a little while longer here on the show. We're coming back this afternoon with Robbie Sabo to recap practice. Brandon says, will the NFL have a jersey patch this year to remember Knoble? They should. I know Lane Train has been advocating Goodell to do that. Big Game James is up next on the show. What's up, James?
What's up, Jake? How we doing, brother?
What's up, man? How are you?
Doing good, man. I just reaching out. You know, this community is amazing. All the Jets fans and non-Jets fans alike, like Chiefs fan. Kudos to you. But I need to figure out. I'm gonna hit you up on IG about the Discord because I totally apparently missed this whole Carly and BMAC date happening. I feel like I'm FOMOing and missing out on a lot of the hidden deep stuff with the Jake Asmaniac fans. So
we just gotta watch the show from yesterday. Bobby Midnight was playing matchmaker, and we got BMAC on a first date live on the air.
Dude, it's been crazy for me. I just been in summer mode with training with training people and just other stuff I'm trying to get in the works. I'm just all over the place. I do watch the show. I just laying in the cup. I guess I missed the Bobby Midnight and the whole love matchmaking stuff. But this show's been crazy. But I just want to call and just say, like, I'm really happy and fortunate for being part of this. You're doing amazing things. Keep it up. And
well, James, thank you. I will add this though. It looks like that you got the Charles Gorman attire on today.
Oh no! Well, I'm cooking right now, and I just came back from training, so I'm trying to get meal prep for the rest of this week before I go back out and get some more work done. But I didn't realize the Charles Gorman attire. I'm not usually a white beater guy, but you know, I'm just it's hot in my kitchen. That's all. Oh, question though before you let me go. Are you sponsoring with Noble? I see you've been wearing that shirt frequently. Do you have any discount or anything like that?
No, I don't. They just gave it to me at the combine, and so I'm working out right after this, and it's a nice shirt, so it's perfect.
All right.
Now, by the way, this is where Knoble originated from, I believe. I forget which listener pointed this out, but I believe the original Knoble, why it occurred, is Lane was watching the combine, and he saw a player that had no bull on his shirt, and in his mind, he said Knoble when he was thinking that Noble was the guy's name of whatever prospect he was watching. That is the theory why I think we got Knoble.
I'm surprised the word Knoble didn't hit hit the NFL Network's radar during the draft. I was hoping Rich Eisen would say Knoble. Who is this Knoble guy? But anyway, if you're about to go work out, have fun. If you ever need tips on fitness and tricks, you come to me. I'm your guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, Big Game James. Check it in. Love it. Excellent call. Excellent call. Hennessy, Super Chat. CJ Stroud giving Rodgers more motivation. I love it. I love it too. I'll do a video on Stroud's comments. So I'll save my full take for that. Ladies and gentlemen, NY Jets Florida wraps us up. NY, he's gone. NY. Close, but no cigar. Jaden writes in, Jake works out. Yeah, ask your mom. Got him. Anyway. All right. I'm done here. Thanks to everyone who tuned in. I'm back in a couple hours, either 3 or 4. Check in that range. If you're a Patreon Discord user, I'll post the start time when I talk with Sabo and confirm it. He's at practice right now. So we will get into it with him when he joins the show. All right. Thanks again to everyone for their support. My name is Jake Asman. This has been the Jake Asman Show. I will talk to you guys soon. JETS, 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 Jets.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Bass, and Jake. Get it started, Gator.
Bass, and Jake. Bass, and Jake. Bass, and Jake. Bass, and Jake. With SuperChats always cut the line.
And the Abuelo dances really fine.
When she's talking about them Jets.
My señorita, you know she gets real happy.
Real happy if that female lookers around.
Hey, Gator, it's a family show.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Bass, and Jake. Bass, and Jake. Bass, and Jake. Bass, and Jake.